Hey guys, Weaver, your internet dad. Got a few gray hairs here after this week. They were there before, um, but I'm telling you about them now. I don't want to go greatly into detail about what just happened. Suffice to say, um, Immersive Ink, the biggest Discord server I used a lot, I referenced a lot, has shut down this week. Um, Stepped down as moderator a week ago, 3 days ago, whatever it was. So I'm going to start off with something I want to talk to you about, and it's called grief. Um, this is a quote from Gold Horns and Blackwell on Tumblr. I'm going to credit them, Gold Horns and Blackwell. I want to say this because it does not get said enough. Most grief you experience in your life will have nothing to do with death. This is not talked about enough, and as a result, people struggle to process grief because the world is telling them that grief is something else. Grief is about loss, and if you'd like to define it as the loss of life, it is not restricted to the loss of life via death. Even then, I would implore you not view grief as about death or life, but again, just loss. Grief is also about having a shitty childhood that nothing can fix, even if you have healed from it as an adult. Your childhood was shitty, and there's nothing retroactively you can do about it. You grieve the loss of thriving, and your past self was denied. Grief is about friendships that ended abruptly, confusingly, and again, there's nothing you can do to change that. You just have to sit with it. This is the only way grief can ultimately be processed, and all it wants, by the way, be accepted and sat with. That's it. So I would invite you to sit with your thoughts and not just avoid them this week. I am going through it because that place meant a lot to me. It was very special. I ran a bunch of events there, met a lot of people, but it is now past tense. And I wanted to talk about my 2026 plans, um, and a lot of them involved events that I was going to run. But let me start off with my personal plans, at least for writing. Every year, I pick a word. I would invite you to pick a word that works with you as a theme for the year, or it could be like a phrase. So, like my word for 2025 was mastery. I was working on mastering my craft. I was working on potentially developing a master's degree program that's still being developed. So, surprise, surprise, 2026, my word is develop. Because I wanted to do a couple of things, right? So when I pick a word, I want it to have meanings and layers to me. So for me, develop means I want to developmentally edit all the books that I wrote in 2024 and 2026 that I haven't gotten to. That is about 10 books, and get those out. Maybe not all of them in 2026, but I want to sit with the dev edits and go through the books and be done with them. That is one of the reasons that I want to develop as a person. I want to develop with my family, all these things, right? Develop my muscles. Maybe I don't know. Develop my speed. Definitely my speed. We'll see. But it avoiding like having a tough talk is just like, or shutting down Discord. It's just not going to be the thing. So when Immersive Ink shut down, I asked the moderators to say, hey, if you want to talk about this, you can come to my Discord server, which I might have a link to in the bottom. I don't know. If not, I'm sure that somebody will do it. Then we reverse. But it's important to me to like form like a long-term connection with somebody. Like there are people that I'm like, hey, we've been like swapping critiques for a while. We've been talking about writing for a while. Uh, for like there's like 60 people that are like that. I'm just like, hey, I remember you. Weren't you the one with this fiction? And they're like, how do you remember that? I'm just like, I have no idea. I have no idea. Um, and you can see the evidence of my misdeeds right here. This box has the wrapping paper, Christmas future. So like I might not be in the best mind space to enjoy it yet, but like I want to sit with this and I want to be like, hey, listen, I already took a step down. Service closing. The people are still there. The people still exist. Like the same community still exists. I friended a lot of people. I friended over like 200 people on Immersive Inc. just to like be like, hey, if there's a scammer, let me know so I can deal with it. Because there's a lot of scams. I don't know how I got this topic, but I'd like to talk about writing scams really quickly. If someone is trying to sell you a service, you should probably be skeptical if they cold call you. Like there is like a process. Like if you're looking for an artist, I would suggest you look for the artist where the artists lay in their layers, waiting for the delicious dollars that you want to give them, um, or go with a recommendation. And if you're an artist trying to break in, I would just advertise. I would just like figure out your niche and then like advertise kind of like in that niche by like becoming friends. So just I'm going to give you a little more reverse psychology. So I'm still certified because it's a lifetime certification. Um, but one of the best courses I've ever taken um, that's not specific to writing. It's called the Online Trainer Academy by John Goodman. It's about becoming an online personal trainer, and like so basically the idea is that like I would sell you a training plan um, off the street, and you'd be like, hey, I want to pay you $120 a month. We work on a training plan or a nutrition plan, still certified nutrition and OTA. Um, so like that is the thing I could sell. I don't want to because well, I could, but because I'm a little busy right now. Um, so like I could coach people in that, right? And one of the things in the textbook for the OTA and the assignments is like you just have to get used to talking to people, right? And I feel like there's a fear in the writing community about talking to people, right? And I'm just like I came from personal training where it's like I will talk to anybody about anything. I went to nursing school, and part of it was like you had to be able to like introduce yourself. Hey, I'm going to go and we're going to do this nursing procedure, or you had it's very personal and like we are going to be like in such a way that we would not be out like in public. Like I'm going to clean your wound for you, and this is a very intimate and like close up thing. Like so like I don't have the barriers of people who are like, hey, I feel nervous talking to people. I'm like I had to like change this person's diaper, right, or whatever the thing is, right? Where it's like you just need to get used to talking to people. People are not scary, but you might be scared to talk to people because you're not used to it. And so like it's not that I was scared of talking to people when I took the course, but it got you into that rhythm of talking to people. Like I always want to talk. So like one of the things is like you talk to like 5 new people a day on Facebook, or like in messages, and just be like, hey, how's it going? Like tell me about your thing, so that you have some familiarity, and like and then if they want to buy your services, then they will buy your services. I'm not selling any services right now, right? If someone wants coaching, DM me. I will coach you. I have a coaching thing in my Patreon. Um, not really. That's not really my focus right now. I'm kind of like doing this, but like if you're not regularly talking to people, if you're just like in your ivory tower, like then you don't know, right? And part of it is part of the difference between like personal training and writing is that writing is such a you can't personal train with somebody. You like I can train you to be a writer, but like you have to do all the stuff yourself, right? And then you can give you then you give me your pages, and then I'm like, hey, this is what's working. Here's how to fix this. Or I just look at the page and I'm just like, okay, let's do this again. Um, or in some cases, I'm like, what are you doing? Finish this book and send it to a publisher, right? That's my 3 levels of feedback right now. Unless I'm doing like a so there's like I stopped at this spot on your page. Um, this could be better if you did this, or submit to a publisher, right? Because some people are like taking too long, and generally like the quality of writing that I found on these online writing communities is like very high. It is just that people don't want to market themselves. But when I tell you marketing is just like talking to people a lot and just being like, hey, um, if I've talked to you a lot and we've exchanged hundreds of messages and talked about like whatever BS, I am invested in you. I want to read your stuff. Like I'm slowly going through all these books from Launchpalooza, and I'm just like, I read some of these, the first 10 chapters earlier, and like they were good. And now that they're out, I'm just like, oh man, I need to take a day off just to read this book about a man cooking stuff in the middle, a broken man in the woods with a giant chocobo type mount, a giant bird mount that just wants to eat Haruka loin. Culinary Chronicles, which is what I'm reading right now, is like amazing. And I'm just like, what? Where did this come from? Because I feel like it's their first book. I'm not sure if it is, and I'm sorry because Lefty helped me out a lot. But like, if you are friends with somebody and you're like, hey, I want this person to read my work, they'll be more likely to read your work. They'll just be like, hey, by the way, hey, by the way, um, would you mind giving me a little bit of feedback, right? And like for the people that I choose to that like I'm like, okay, you have it, but you don't have the confidence. That's where I'm kind of like, hey, it's okay. We're going to get you to talk to other authors. Um, we're going to kind of like break down this, and then by the time you're ready to launch, you're going to be very confident in what's going on, right? So, like, going back to that, like, if you were talking to somebody for weeks or months, or you're used to this thing where you check in with your friends, and then all of a sudden that spot is gone, the people still exist. Go find them, right? Your friends still exist. They might be in a different place, right? And that's why I was like I made a point to friend like all the people I like. I'm like, so I could still talk to them and be like, come to this server, come to that server, or invite me to your server so I can hang out. Because like it doesn't really matter where the server is. Um, I will find my people and I will make them right. And if you're hiding from me currently because you owe me chapters, I will find you and I will make you right. Um, because that is a service I provide for absolutely free, just to entertain myself. Anyway, um, so in the comments, I got my Christmas gift early. I got a um, XP Pen notepad. It was like $200 on Black Friday sale, and I am going to teach myself how to draw again, so I can draw some shitty covers for my friends for free. So if you know how to use this device or you know how to use it, like in the comments, like talk to me. Um, I used to basically I can trace anything I see. I can copy anything I see, but I wanted to go back to the fundamentals. So I'm doing that back to 2026 goals. I'm going to be doing the drawbox thing. So the first challenge is working with your arm and drawing with your arm. So I've been doing that, and I'm going to work my way up because I like how they model it. I'm going to use that for my model of how to train people to be authors, writers. So like they start with the basics, and like for me, the basics is like just like getting to a good habit of writing every day, and like doing critique in a group, and then like just doing that consistently for a while. Then after some time, then you like look at marketing and releasing something, maybe on a Royal Road or novelizing, whatever. And novelizing, I got in the crossfire, so I'm waiting on a statement from them. Um, I'm a moderator on their subreddit. So much fun. So yeah, your boy has some tea that he's going to try to keep close to the chest. But like for the stuff that I'm going to give out, um, so far as I'm tracking, because these organizations are separate. I am the owner of the owner. I am the board president. I run the Immersive Quill Awards, those awards are still going to be going on. The Winter Ink Con is going to be rebranded to something else. It's still going to be January 17th and 18th. I'll still be headlining it. I'm doing keynote, which will be posted on the internet. The awards portion is going to be, I might be able to get my wish of changing the name back to the Inkies, but who knows? That's gonna be something. I might change it to the Weevies, just to be like, hey, you won the Weevie. What's the Weevie? Why is it called the Weevie? Well, it's because Weaver decided to name the thing after himself, and y'all have to just deal with that. Because there is an award called the Weevie for the best world building. No, I haven't won it, and no, I would not be allowed to win it because I own the thing, or like I run the thing. So like the 4 people that run the event are not eligible for awards. Lunchpalooza 2 is still going to happen. I'm waiting to see if it can still be a novelizing thing or not. I'm waiting for an official note from them. I will do a thing. And then I am going to post on my thing about the self-published bake-off this week, I promise. All right. I should just do a video on that. The idea is that it was going to open up the day after the self-published fantasy blog-off or bake-off, which is like January 4th. And then it will be open for submissions for January, and then the judging will start. That's for a lit RPG book that has been previously released. And there's gonna be some of the rules, but I'll link it when it's ready. Probably in Saturday, Monday before Christmas, because I have judges. I just need to arrange them all. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna like show your ass in public, show your whole ass, right? Don't half-ass something, like whole ass the thing. And if this is the thing that gets me flagged on YouTube, great. Like, I have all this compassion for all the people that got in the crossfire with this incident. But let's give them a few days. Let's let them start resolving things on their own. Let's not jump to judgment, because I don't want to be like, hey, Weaver said this, Weaver said. Give it 7 days. They need to make a response. They need to make a formal response. There's some legal stuff going on that I'm not going to comment on here. Although if you find my Discord, I will talk to you all day about it. Lying, I don't know anything about it. I'm not involved, which is a great thing to be, a neutral third party who's not involved. So like I just hope that they all resolve this peacefully and amicably and fast, because we don't, like, no one's gotten hurt, no one's like gone to the hospital because of this. I want all my fam to be like good. So like, let's be good. Know that people are watching. Find your friends, friend them, tell them you love them. Remember to kiss the bros goodnight, hold their hands, all that good stuff, right? Drink your water. And I'm going to leave you with a little anecdote about my life. So my wife does not like to drink water. So I'm constantly like, here's some water, have some water. I don't make her drink water. I'm just like, I will make it available. And then she's reading these books about. She likes to read these like Omegaverse books with like they're like a pack of like omegas and alphas. And I'm just like, if you had a pack of husbands, it would just be like all of them asking you to drink more water. So like, maybe drink water, because I would, if I was just like, if I wasn't just your only husband, if I was like one of the many, we would just all be like, she's not drinking water. And that's where I'm going to leave you, because that is very silly, and I'm a silly man, but I'm also responsible.